Hello everybody, happy Friday. Okay, let me make sure. I really hope that today's video does not have that delay like yesterday. Let me check it, hold on. Hey Kay, because yesterday, if y'all pop in, turn this down. Y'all tell me, Miss Ruby, Miss Kay, Brenda, hello. Tell me if my mouth is moving at the same speed as my voice. Yesterday, it was like watching a foreign film. It was like, it almost needed subtitles. I was telling my husband about it. He said, like watching a kung fu movie? And I was like, oh, very funny. Hey, Cindy. Oh, I know there's a delay, but my voice should match up with my... Oh, is it good? Okay, good. Yay. Good. Hey, Carolyn. Oh, I'm so glad, because that was so frustrating. I didn't even want to talk. It was so frustrating. So, let me, hold on. I posted a picture of what, hold on, photos. Okay. So I guess it says it was 5 days ago. Last week I posted a picture. I saw this on Pinterest and I thought this was so pretty. Did y'all see that? It's like a wreath made with pots of succulents. Hey Donna. Hey Cindy. We got 2 Cindys. We usually have 2 Donnas and 2 Debras. Okay, so I posted a picture of this. I saw it on Pinterest, and I always try to find who, you know how you click on it and somebody shared it, somebody reposted it. I want to see, usually if you click on it and they show you how they made it, then you know they're the ones that originally made it. But sometimes you can't find who to give credit for making this. So this was one of those. So I just said credit Pinterest because I don't know who made it, but I think it's super pretty. But boy, I bet that's heavy. If it's real clay pots, you know that's pretty heavy. And I think those are real succulents, so it probably has dirt and all that in it, so it's probably pretty heavy. So I came up with an idea. I'm gonna try to make something that kind of looks like it. I can't keep plants alive, and I know succulents are supposed to be super easy, but I don't trust myself with plants. So I've got all kinds of like faux greenery and stuff. I've got, you know, Dollar Tree they have all those succulents and stuff too. Now I have a whole bunch of them. Some are from Dollar Tree. Some are from Walmart. I think these, look how pretty these are. These are from Mainstays. These are from Walmart, and there's different colors. These look very fallish to me. This is from Dollar Tree. Wait. Yeah, this one's from Dollar Tree. Oh, here's a green version of these. They're a little bit different. Let's see. Some of these I've had for a while, but gosh, I don't even know where. Yeah, this is from Dollar Tree. I don't know if I'll use that or not, but isn't that cool? But yeah, some of these, like these are from Dollar Tree. The little pot. So, hey Terry, hey Liz. My Friday's going pretty good so far. Pretty good. Okay, so let me tell you, here's my idea. I did a little bit of stuff ahead of time to you know, so you're not just sitting watching me paint the same thing over and over, because it is a little bit repetitive. But I ran by Dollar Tree this morning, and I got, this is you know, one of the, you know, the wreath forms they have, you know, these things. This was a big one. Oh, it's kind of broken. It's okay. This is an 18-inch. wreath form, just the round wreath form, okay? And you can do it as big as you want to do it. Now, I want to go ahead and say, because somebody's going to pop in here late and be like, you can't put that outside, or la 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 la. Okay, I mean, this is not gonna be real clay pots, okay? So they're not as sturdy, but this is what I got. Okay, so if you go to Dollar Tree, I just grabbed a couple of different things. I want to give you some different options. Now, you could do clay pots for sure. Now, Dollar Tree has these. You get a pack of, I think it was a pack of 12, okay? So, here's the thing though. When you pick it up at Dollar Tree, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, they're plastic. They're not clay. They're not hard. Now, they also have these. These come in a 4-pack. Now, these are a lot harder, a lot sturdier. And I took one. I'd already painted it like with some chalk paint. The only thing is, I'm wanting to poke holes or cut holes in them so I can attach them to that wreath form with zip ties, because I don't think glue is going to hold up very long, even hot glue and E6000 and all that stuff. Hey, Paula. So, again, this is really just for decoration, okay? I'm not putting dirt in the pots, and they're not real succulents, okay? So, I was just grabbing different, so these are an option. You get 4 of these for $1.25 Dollar Tree, or you can get 12 of these, but the only thing is, I mean, these are, I mean, they're like paper almost. They're very thin. So my idea for these, now I should have bought some more styrofoam balls, but I was like, oh, I have a gazillion styrofoam balls at home, which I do. Not a gazillion, but apparently I thought I had, wait, oh, no, I don't have enough, but I was thinking this size was going to be good, but it's actually not, it's not going to fill it up. Hang on 1 second. Wait 1 second. I'll just look at something. Oh, that is the big one. Okay. Yep, that's the biggest one I have. Okay. I was thinking I had a bigger size. If you had one that really filled it up really full, it would keep it nice and tight, but I don't. Hey, Christine. So you get 12 of these though, and I'm gonna show you what I did. Okay, I also got, did I have a pack of those? Oh yeah, okay. So they also have these. You get 10. You get 10 of these, and they're like that peat moss type stuff. I think that's what this is called. Biodegradable 2-inch pots. Anyway, you get 10 of these, and they're like they're almost like cardboard. So I'm just grabbing different things now. I started painting these, and then I started looking over, I was grabbing all my greenery type stuff, and I got to thinking, you know, these little Dixie cups, you can get these at Dollar Tree too, over by the paper plates and stuff. I mean, you could paint these up and make them look like a little clay pot, or like a little flower pot. I painted one up. I'm trying to do the turquoise color like on that picture. So here's and you get a bunch of these in a pack. So if you need like small ones, because these are small, but these are a little bit smaller too. So I'm hoping I'm gonna need different sizes to kind of fill up this wreath form. So y'all come on in. What if you use cardboard inside of the flimsy ones? Yeah, you could. I was thinking the ball, because it would kind of fill it in, and I thought if it was nice and snug, you know, it would just kind of keep the sides pressed. But I am gonna, and the styrofoam will come in handy to poke, like, let me just grab some of this, like whatever greenery or whatever you're going to put in there. It'll help, oops, it'll help give it something to hold on to, you know. That's just an idea. But you know, I got to thinking you could probably take some tissue paper, because I'll probably put some moss on top so you won't see the styrofoam or anything like that. So I could probably take some tissue paper and the styrofoam ball, and that could kind of take up space and make it snug, you know. So when we'll look at that when we get to that part. Okay, and then I do have some of this foam, but again, this is so flimsy. Anything you shove in there, it's gonna, see how you can see it moving. I mean, they're very thin, which is good because it makes it easy to poke. I got my hole puncher to punch holes to run. I'm gonna use zip ties, also from Dollar Tree. Okay, and then, but for these, so I don't know if I'll use these or not, just because I mean, I guess you could drill a hole in them. They're just a little bit harder, or you could take a nail, I don't know. Might get dangerous up here with the power tools trying to poke the holes. Hey, Anna Marie. Hey, Reggie. Hey, Deborah. Happy Friday, y'all. Hey, Sharon. Okay, so, oh, and there's one more thing. Okay, so I was over there looking around, and then I saw these little paper mache cones, and I thought this might be cute too. Look, I painted one up in my colors. So we're gonna paint some, so I'll show you how I did these. And then I took my hole punch and I punched a little hole in it. But I think this might be cute too with let me just grab some. Some of these I'll cut because they're so big. And these flower pots are not very big, but let's just pretend that, like, you know, it could have some like kind of flowing out of it. Wouldn't that be cute? So I'm just gonna try to fill up this wreath form from Dollar Tree. Now this is the big one. This is the biggest one they had. It's 18-inch. So I gotta do a lot of pots on it. And I've got some Spanish moss. I've got some reindeer moss, just stuff to kind of fill in the pots so we won't see the styrofoam and stuff. And I just grabbed any greenery that I have. They may not all be succulents, but I don't care. They're all fake. They're not gonna die on me. Oh, but for these, I went ahead and painted a few. And I'm gonna show y'all how I did this, but I took and just kind of wiped away some spots so you can see the terracotta color. So it looks like it's like because that's how they've got, their clay pots are like that. They're kind of aged looking, kind of patinaed. So, I thought that was kind of, you know, kind of cute. So I got several painted up already. I don't know how many I'm gonna need. And I've already attached one, just to see how this would work. Now this wreath form, like if you look at it, I don't see if you can tell, it kind of curves outwards here. And if you turn it around, it cups inwards. I'm sure that's convex, concave, I don't know all those. So I remember that from school, but I don't, concave, whatever. We want it to kind of cradle the little pots. So, like I said, I poked, oh no, it's tearing. These are very flimsy, so you gotta be real careful with these. I think I tightened this one really tight. I'm gonna try not to do it too tight next time. But I think we're just gonna I'm gonna spread them around. I'm gonna get them all attached on here and get everything done. And then last, I'm gonna add the moss wherever there's like gaps, or if you can see the form. I started to do the whole thing with moss and then put them on, and then I thought I'm going to cover most of it up, so I'm just going to wait and tuck the moss in wherever it's needed. Okay, so, but look, doesn't that look like it's kind of, I used, I'm using those Bear paints that I got at Home Depot. Let me cut this off. tag off. So I think chalk paint would work good too. I just don't have a whole lot of colors of chalk paint, and I've got a ton of colors. And I was really just wanting this turquoise look. So I've already painted up just several different ones using the turquoise. I used a turquoise. I got burnt umber in case I need some brown spots, and I've got a green. And then I dry brush some white, because y'all know I'm going to dry brush anything and everything I can get my hands on. But I got lots of just greenery. Y'all, these are from Dollar Tree. I thought these were really pretty. They have it in the darker color and the lighter color. These are from Amazon. They're left over from something else. But, so yeah, I just grabbed anything. I feel like I'm going to have a lot of little pots to fill up. Okay, but I already started. I painted several of those. Let me show you what I did. Now, here's the thing. When I started painting them, because they are so flimsy, I mean, just holding them and taking the brush and painting them, they're crinkly. So they do better if you kind of keep them stacked together, because it gives it a little bit of support. So I've got a light green. This one's called Early Spring. This is one of those bare samples from Home Depot. Hey, Donna. Okay, so I got just a light green, any light green. I got white to dry brush. I've been painting, so I've already got paint all over my hands. And then this is just, I was looking for any turquoise color, and this one is, I think it's called Keiko's turquoise. I've had this one a while, but I have several turquoises up there. I've got one called Fuji or Fiji. Is it Fiji? I don't know. But it's a really pretty one too. But I just grabbed one. All right. I'll show you what I did. Like I said, I have the burnt umber just in case. Like this one, it's got that terracotta color. But if you get, like, if you do something that doesn't have any color, if you want to add like some little splotches of brown to make it look like, or I've got this metallic kind of, it's called Worn Penny. It's like a copper color. You could do that. So, and the good thing is you can start painting it, and if you don't like it, you can paint over it. You know, if you get too much of one color, or whatever, just keep going. Hi, Mary. Hi, Claudia. Hey, Debbie. See, we always have like a couple Debbies, a couple Cindy's. Okay. Let me see. Where's my, there it is. Let me get my paintbrushes over here. All right, so all I did was I just painted it like the main color. Now, if you wanted it, you could do them any color. If you wanted to do just like terracotta color, just find you a color that looks like that, or leave it like this, and you could maybe dry brush this with some white. Like, let me see. Let's see how that looks. I'm going to paint over this, but just to give you an idea, if you like the terracotta look instead of this turquoise, I just loved the turquoise like in that picture, but see how that looks? Looks pretty. But I'm gonna go with that turquoise color. So I'm just gonna brush this on. And it really didn't take long to do a whole bunch of them, because you're not doing like fancy painting. Just getting some color on here. But yeah, these are so flimsy. I can't imagine somebody putting dirt in them and plants. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it would help fill it up and fill it out, but they're super flimsy. But again, this is really just decoration. So I think hanging clay pots on one of those would be very heavy. Very, very heavy. All right. So I just got like a, I mean, you can kind of see through it. It's not even a real heavy coat. And I'm doing the same thing with these. They're kind of rough, but they're that color already. So I'm gonna leave a couple of spots not painted, so you can kind of see the color through it. Will it peel off? You know what? I don't, well, yeah, because these have a primer, these paints have a primer in them. They're that bare paint, but I would say maybe, I mean, if you were worried about that, you could do like a clear coat, maybe put like a coat of Mod Podge or spray it like with a clear sealer. That might be easier, just spray like clear coat on it. But actually, because actually to get, see how that looks kind of like faded through there? I took a wet wipe after I painted it and just kind of rubbed over some spots, and it rubbed the paint down to, back to this color. So that's what those little spots are that you see, that terracotta. So yeah, it will scratch off because it's plastic. So I guess unless you get a paint that's made for plastics that kind of grips the plastic, it's probably it'll probably chip or peel. I don't know about peeling, but it would probably, I don't know, I rubbed it pretty hard, so to get those little spots. But see, I'm not painting the whole thing. I'm leaving some spots like that. Okay, let's see. Oh, here's some. Here's some that I already did. I did a little, you can see a little bit of green in there, just to make it look like it's got some patina to it, like it's been outside and I'm leaving the inside like that because I don't know if it's going to show, and even if it does, that'll be okay. It's going to look kind of earthy. You were cooking, Diane. I bet y'all eat so good at your house. You're always cooking or gardening. You're outdoors working in the yard. Where do you get all your energy? That's what I'd like to know. I never have any energy. I think it's, and this heat makes it so hard. I keep telling my husband, we need to go for walks. We need to do this, but it's so hot. So my solution to that was, let's just go to Hobby Lobby or to Home Goods because it's air conditioned and we can just walk around. And he's like, yeah, when we do, you don't just walk around, Jennifer. You stop and look at everything. And I'm like, oh, no. But at least I'm up and out. And we don't just walk. When I was younger, the mall was the big thing. And now there's not a lot of, I mean, we have some malls here, like Lenox Mall and, you know, north of Atlanta and all that, but the ones around us are more outdoor mall type things, you know. It's just so hot, it's so humid. I just don't have the energy. Just thinking about it makes me tired of going out in that heat. You know what? We were supposed to get a pool last year. We put a deposit down with a company and we were going to get a pool and everything, but I think they forgot to put us on the wait list. They said they put us on the wait list, and then it turned out, I think because they came out and then we were about to have a football party the day they came out, and they ended up staying and talking and all that. And I think she forgot to go home and put it on the list. We paid our deposit and all that, and we kept wondering why, why they keep skipping over us, But anyway, we ended up canceling with them because it kind of got ugly. But you know what? And then I got that scare with the melanoma on my shoulder blade. And now, I know, I'm going to go out. But right now, I'm just paranoid about going out in the sun anymore. I've been getting like spray tans. I have a tanning bed. My husband bought me this nice, brand new, huge tanning bed. It's called the Storm, or I don't know. It's beautiful. And I'm scared to use it. I am paranoid now about this. And now every time I see a freckle or a spot, I'm like, I have to run to the dermatologist. And now I'm just paranoid. And I told him, I said, maybe it's a good thing we didn't get that pool, because I probably would, I don't know. I'll probably get past this, but right now I'm just paranoid now about getting out in the sun. I have sunscreen, but okay, I've never really used sunscreen, like to go lay out in the sun. Because like growing up, we would put, this is hilarious, people were talking about baby oil and all that. Listen, me and my cousin used to lay out in the backyard with Crisco. We put Crisco all over us. You know, the shortening. We did that. And I used to be super tan. I'll pay for that. But y'all, the best tan, the tanning beds. I've been using tanning beds since I was 16, I guess. So yeah, that's not good. And now I own one, so, but I really have not been using it. But no, the best tan I ever had, this is so weird. People will look at me when I tell them this, but the best tan I ever had was like my senior year. We laid out with this stuff called Afro Sheen. It was a hair product. You can find it at the drugstores. I don't even know if they make it anymore, but it was called Afro Sheen. And man, we were golden brown. I'm sure that was very unhealthy, but we had the best tans ever. And we put sun in on our hair, and we'd have like orange hair. It was awful. Hi, Susie. Hey, Amanda. You burned really bad. I didn't burn then. I mean, I get freckles, but I would always get really tan. My kids both tan really well. They always look like little gingerbread cookies. If we'd go to the beach, they had blonde hair, blue eyes, and just as tan as they could be. I usually freckle real bad, and then I turn tan. But yeah, we definitely need a pool. So humid here. You used Afro Sheen too? Okay, good. I don't feel so silly. I don't know what was in it, but I mean, it seems like it has like coconut oil or cocoa, I don't know, cocoa butter or something. Yeah, dark tanning oil. I love the smell of tanning oil, like Hawaiian Tropics and all that stuff. I love that. I love coconut stuff. So beachy. Okay, I don't think I need too many of these. Oh, I already started painting that one, didn't I? Well, I've got 3. I'm going to stick with 3 for right now, because I think those will be kind of cute accent pieces. Okay, so for these, since these are already this terracotta color, did I start painting one? Yeah, I did. So I just put my turquoise color on here, and then I just dabbed a few spots with the green. I just got like a light green color, and I just dabbed it. I'm telling you, it paints better. It's easier if you keep it like stacked with the rest, because it kind of gives it a little bit of stability. So a lot of this is going to get brushed off with the baby wipe. Okay. And then I'm just going to go in and kind of hit places, like if you rub on a spot, it does peel it off. So you can kind of see some of the terracotta coming through. Just in little patches. But yeah, it does peel it off. It kind of scratches it off. And if you end up doing too much, just go back and paint over it. Okay, and then when that dries a little bit, I'm going to just dry brush a little bit of white over it to make it look a little softer. Okay, so how many of these do I have? 3, 4, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus I already have one on there, the 6. Is that all? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's do another one of these. All right. I don't know how many I'm gonna need. I want to try to just kind of fill it up. And then any spaces that are still showing like a gap, I'll just fill in with some Spanish moss. And then like I just brushed some of that turquoise on there. I'm gonna just hit a few spots with the green. I don't have to brush this off because it's not terracotta underneath, but I'm gonna take some burnt umber and just do like some little dark spots. Or you know what, I might use that copper. Where's that penny? Copper penny or worn penny. It's like a metallic. Hey Margarita. Yes, the heat is terrible. 105. Holy moly. That's very dangerous. So I did like that copper penny and then just dry brush. Oops. Okay, like that. All right, so I'll get this one too. We went over to pick up my daughter's dog, Riley, so he could come over and play today. I got to her apartment, and her apartment is so cool. She can unlock her door from an app on her phone. So I text her, yeah, there's a gate to get in, and so like I text and said, hey, I'm pulling up, listen for your phone. So you dial the number and it calls her phone and she can push the button to open the entrance gates. And then she said, okay, I unlocked because she lives close to the front. She's like, I unlocked the door. You should be able to get in. And then to leave, to lock up, all you have to do is hold your hand on the keypad, like above her doorknob, and it'll automatically relock. So anyway, I got there and she had unlocked it. And so I walked up and I went inside. I opened the door. He was laying on the couch watching TV. She had it on Friends. He's just laying there watching TV, and I walked in and he just looked over like, what do you want? I was was like, wow. I was like, you rotten dog. She says Friends is his favorite show. I guess so. All right, I'm just adding little touches. Just to keep it from looking too plain. So funny. Hi, Shelly. It was 100 degrees. I don't even know how hot it is outside right now. I haven't checked. Oh, gosh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Diane, it might, I was trying to swipe the comments. It might have invited you to go live, so don't hit that button unless you want to come live with me. I went to move the comments, and I think I tapped on you, and then it said invite or something. So if you got some weird message, just ignore it. Hi, Leanna. Welcome in. Y'all, if anybody's new here, my name's Jennifer. Welcome in. We're working on I call it PINspiration. You know when you see something on Pinterest you like and you want to try to do it yourself? So this is what I'm trying to duplicate. But can y'all see that? I know that ring light glares on this iPad, but I saw this and I know those are real clay pots. I'm using cheap flimsy ones from Dollar Tree, but we're gonna attempt to get that look. These are just from Dollar Tree. You get like 12 of them, and they're very thin, but we're gonna try to make it work. Okay, let me see. This is still wet. Like I said, it usually works better if you put it with the stack when you're painting it. It gives it a little more, little backbone. Oh, I forgot to wipe it. Maggie watches TV all the time. That dog loves to watch TV. She always looks like she's enjoying it. She always looks so happy. You know what else would be really pretty on these? Do y'all remember the ornaments? Were y'all here when we did the ornaments that looked like velvet? They were like faux velvet Christmas ornaments. I just painted a color on, and then I took and I mixed 50-50 flour and baking soda. 50-50, just mixed it up. And then I just painted my color on, like paint your turquoise on, and then you just, while it's still wet, the paint's still wet, sprinkle the the powder mixture over it, and just kind of, you know, thump it and tap it off and let it sit overnight, and then go back the next day with a soft brush and just kind of brush away. Oh my gosh, if you did that, it might kind of have more of a, that's what I'm trying to do with this, make it look a little softer with this dry brush and this white over it. But it might look kind of like terracotta. It's something to try. If this turns out good, maybe I'll try that. Okay. All right, I don't know how many I'm going to need. Let's see. I'm going to do, we'll just do a few and go ahead and start adding some on here. I like this copper, this metallic. Adding that on there, it's kind of pretty. Thank you for sprinkling, Cheryl. You saw the velvet ornaments. Weren't they pretty? Ooh, they were so easy, too. They looked so good. Some more. All right, let me just do these that I've already got a base coat on, and then we'll start finishing some and adding them to that wreath form. Let's see. I think I got all the colors. Okay. Hi, Lisa. Hey, Barbara. Happy Friday, y'all. I gotta be careful hitting this button. I'm inviting people to come on. Okay. Let's see. I'm making, hang on, I'll show you the picture. I'm attempting to duplicate a lighter version, because I know this is probably heavy. This is probably actual clay pots. But I'm attempting to do this, or something similar that looks like this. I'm going to use fake greenery, like faux greenery, faux succulents. I know they look like ice cream cones, don't they? I'm just using anything that might hold a little succulent or greenery, because some of this won't be succulent. Some I'm just going to put like some faux greenery in them. All right, let me just do these right here, and then we'll start putting them on the thing, because I'm not sure. I mean, you could probably drill holes in real clay pots and use zip ties on those too. But again, it's going to be pretty heavy. If you're okay with that. But yeah, I'm just doing this for decoration. You could do any color, any colors you like. All right, I think we're good. But yeah, I even did some Dixie cups. Well, I did one just to see how it looks, because I might need some tiny things to fill in some spaces. All right, let's start with what I've got here. Let's see how that goes. Let me move all this out of the way. My paints. I'm really good at knocking paints over. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of weight. And I got this wreath form at Dollar Tree, and there's already some spots on it where it's coming, you know where I guess they solder it or whatever, but it's Dollar Tree. You can't expect it to be super strong. This on here. Why? All right. I mean, they do have these at Dollar Tree. You get 4 of them, and they're harder plastic. You could paint them any colors. I painted this one with a chalk paint, but you could paint it. You could even paint it terracotta color if you wanted to. It's going to be harder to cut. I'm poking holes in these so I can use zip ties to attach them. So I'm just using my little hole puncher that I've had forever. I'm just zip tying it on here. I need to cut this one. Okay, so just have it like zip tied on there. You can kind of see it. We'll hide that with greenery or whatever. Okay, so like I said, this would probably work better if I had, oh gosh, those little tissue paper flowers that used to be behind me back here where I had bloom. One just like randomly fell and it just scared me. I was like, what's flying in here? Flying squirrel. Hang on, let me grab some tissue paper out of the store. I almost grabbed bigger styrofoam balls and I was like, no, I have a ton of them at home. But unfortunately I do, but not the size that I was thinking. So what I'm going to do so like see how like this size styrofoam ball with this little pot, it fits snug in there. That's what I really would like for these, but they're not that big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this tissue paper. I'm going to put a little dot of hot glue down in the bottom there. Did I not turn this on? Hold on. I know I turned that on. Hold on a second. I hope it didn't die. Okay, my hot glue gun is not hot yet, so let's just do it without hot glue. So I'm going to take tissue paper, stuff it down in there, and that already kind of fills it up so it doesn't feel so flimsy. Stuff it in there, and then stuff. Okay, so now it'll stay in there, but it does need some glue to kind of hold it in there. But before I do that, I need to cut the hole, poke the hole. I'm going to use a hole puncher and just real carefully do this because, like I said, these are flimsy. So I just cut that little hole right there. I should probably go ahead and attach it, or else once I fill it in, it's going to be hard to string the zip tie. I just grabbed some zip ties from Dollar Tree. So what I'm going to do first is go ahead and take my largest pots and kind of spread them around. And again, this wreath form, it kind of curves one way. I want it where it kind of lays, it kind of cradles it a little bit. So, because it's kind of this way, one way, and then it's like a scoop. That's the best way to say it. It's like a scoop. All right, so I'm just going to kind of, how many do I have? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I may not need all these. Okay, let's put these on here. So I'm just gonna put the zip tie through it. I want to tilt them different ways, different directions, because that's how the picture. Well, let's see. I think all the big ones look like they're going mostly upright. So how many of? Oh, you know what? If I paint one more, see these things? There's like one here, one here, one here. See these? I could put one on each of those. I just need to paint one more. Let's go ahead and do this. You just want to make sure when you go to zip tie it on here, don't pull it too tight, because I did that on that one and it just started ripping through it. So get it on there so it's secure. But if it starts to crinkle it up, stop. So again, like I said, this is going to be lightweight. I'm not putting dirt and a real plant in it. So see how they're, again, I'm kind of going in different directions. Go ahead and cut that. Hi Judy, where did you get the plastic pots? These are from Dollar Tree. They look like this. You get a pack of 12, but they're super flimsy. So if you go back and watch, they're very, very flimsy. That's why I'm going to stuff them with tissue and a styrofoam ball to give them a little more stability. And then these also, you get like 10 of these in a package. They look like, it looks like this. These, you get 10 of these. I'm just painting them like that. These are just some little, I think these came from Hobby Lobby. I've had these for over a year. These little macrame, paper mache cones. And then Dixie cups, because it kind of looks like a small pot. In case we need it to fill in a little spot. I don't know if we'll need those or not. We'll see. Okay, get this one on. So I'm just going to attach one of these big ones to each little brace like this. Each of these little lines. going on there? I messed that one up. Hold on. Luckily, I have a bunch. I have a bunch of these zip ties. So far we got 3. Okay, so I'm gonna put the big ones on and then I'll fill in with the small ones. Aw, thank you, Donna. You know what? This week is the anniversary. My mom passed away. She passed away in 2020. And I don't know why, but it just popped in my head. This anniversary thing of that. I'll tell you what, I don't think any time is a good time to die, but 2020 was the worst year to die. I think. Just awful. Hospitals. Okay. It's getting there. I started a little, it looks like a Ferris wheel. Like little people in the buckets. I'm just kidding. Oh. Okay. Okay. Hey Heidi. Yeah, that was a rough year. Let's see, let's go this way. There we go. I have my zip tied backwards. Doesn't have any zip. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. Mom's in August. I do need one more of these painted. Let's go ahead and get this on here. And any of them that go sideways, you can kind of make it like that. Some of the succulents I have are kind of flowy like this, so they could kind of be hanging out. I think that would look pretty. But some of these are tilted sideways. Like it or not, they're going sideways. Okay, so here's where I'm at so far. Like I said, I'm going to fill in with the smaller ones. I need one more right here. It won't take me long. Let's see. Where's that blue? While it's drying, I can go ahead and start filling in some of those buckets. So, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope it turns out good. I mean, every time I look at that picture, I'm like, it's so pretty. And it actually went through my head thinking, oh, I could get small clay pots, but even the small clay pots, you put enough of them on there, it's going to be heavy. So this is just a lighter version. And I think those are real succulents and stuff in that picture. So a little bit different. I'm gonna let that be drying. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pop a few. I'm not gonna fill it all the way up because once I put the greenery in there, it's gonna take up some more space too. So I don't want to load this down too much with all these little pots yet. So just see. I definitely want to take one of these cones. I love these. I cut a hole in one already. There it is. Let's see. All right. You know what? I don't know. Maybe I need to go ahead and do the greenery first because I don't know how full that's going to make it. Let me just go ahead and do one. Let's see. Okay, my hot glue is hot now. So I'm going to put a little dot. Like I said, these are super thin, so you don't want to put too much hot glue because it'll probably melt right through it. I'm going to put a dot of hot glue in the very bottom and around the edge. Just a dot. Just around the edge to hold that tissue and that styrofoam ball in there. Tell you, these are so flimsy though. I mean, I feel like I'm going to just tear it off of here. Eek. Okay. So I got it in there. I'm going to cover it with moss. So we won't be able to see that. Hang on, I knocked my glue gun on the floor. Okay. All right, let's see. this away before I knock it over. Hi, Dana. Hey, Louetta. Hi, Tammy. See people popping in. Hey, Barbara. Okay. All right. Let's pick out a succulent to put in there, or greenery. Let's see. Like I said, some of these are from Dollar Tree, some are from Walmart. Some of them I've had for a while. I mean, there's all kinds. There's like these little prickly looking ones. There's some pretty colors, like this blue. I think this blue is so pretty. These 3 different colors. I'm gonna do this one. This one's from Dollar Tree also. This one here. All right, let's see. And since these pots, some of these are so small, I might even cut some of these and just use a little bit. Cut off. I have to cut this. It's too tall. I'm probably going to poke it in so it's facing more towards the front instead of just straight up and down. That way it's kind of fills in the pot more, because I'm going to fill in the rest with moss. All right, poke a hole, and then I'm going to add glue. Okay, so there's one. Like I said, I'm going to add moss behind it so it'll kind of fill in that white foamy area. Okay. Oh. Hi, Lori. Hey, Shay. Okay, so still waiting on that one. Let's go on up to this one. Like I said, if you had a bigger styrofoam ball, probably wouldn't need this tissue. I don't need as much as I put in that one. You know what? I wonder, I'm doing this as decoration, so some of these I don't think I need to hot glue this in there. Maybe just the ones where they're tilted in case it tries to fall out. And I should have it packed in pretty good. I will add some glue on the foam. All right, let's see. I'm going to do different ones. I'm going to do these big spriggly, like spiky ones up towards the top since they're so tall. This one. All right. This one's from Dollar Tree also. Let's see. I'm gonna use that one. Man, this one has a fat stalk. I have to poke a big old hole in this. I'm gonna cut it. Wow, it cut super easy. It's like hollow. That's I'm going to poke it with a paintbrush stick first, just to make a little hole for it. I'm telling you, these are so thin. The flower pots, I'm afraid I'm going to rip one. Okay. Oops. So I got this one and this one. I'll try not to put two that are the same side by side. Okay. This one's pretty. It's almost got a little bit of pink in it. Hey, Tina Marie. You know what? Some of these, I might snip like a couple of these off the bottom to put in those smaller pots. Make it go further. These cut surprisingly easy. I thought that was going to be like a big fat wire in there, but it's not. Okay. All right, that's more tissue. That's just dripped on my little flower pot. Oh, well. I'm going to wait for that to dry and just peel it off. Man, these are so thin, you can feel the hot glue through them. So be careful. Yeah, Sherry was asking about it peeling. Yes. This hot glue, when I go to peel the hot glue that dripped on it, peel it off, it's peeling the paint off. But that's okay because I kind of scuffed them up anyway. So it looks like an old flower pot. There we go. You know what? I might need to poke these into the styrofoam balls before I put them in here because I'm being so rough with it. I'm so afraid I'm going to tear one of these little flimsy pots. So that's what I'm going to do. Because you have to stab it in there pretty hard. Okay. Okay. So this one, and so far this one. But like I said, it'll look better once we put that moss in there. Hide that styrofoam. And you probably could, once you get it in place, if you wanted to add like a little bit of hot glue where it's touching this form, you know, just kind of tack it in place. It's probably not going to stay on there. You know how hot glue, once it hardens, sometimes it'll just pop loose. But just to kind of hold it in place, you could. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the greenery in it and then put it in the pot. I'm so afraid I'm going to tear this. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. Okay. I hope so. I hope it turns out. This is a lot of pieces. Let's see. Let's see, I got green, yellow. Let's do this. Well, I want some of the kind of spiky ones up towards the top. So I'm gonna cut some of these off too, because see how full these are from Walmart. These have a whole lot more on them, but I think I can snip some of these lower ones off and be able to use those in some of those tiny pots. They do cut easy. That's a good thing. Okay, it's gonna go right in there. So yeah, this is much easier doing it this way. You know what? I'm going to get them all ready and then put them in there because this is it's starting to get some weight to it already. So let's do that. All right. I'm going to lose these that I just clipped off, so I'm going to go ahead and put them in a pot. All right. Go ahead and get this last one. Hey, Jan. Cardboard like flower pots would work for this. These are like, they're like cardboard. You know what I'm saying? They came in like a thing like this from Dollar Tree. It's 10 of them. It's called seed starters. I think any flower pots. I mean, I just went for these because I thought they would be lighter. And you can just paint them whatever colors you want. Okay. I don't think I'm going to put any green on this one, but I am going to dry brush it. Some white. You know what? I'm going to come back to that. I'm excited to see this come together. Okay. All right, I got one for that one. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's see another. This one needs more. I shouldn't have cut those. Okay, this one does have a big fat wire in it. It's hard to cut. Let's get the man tools. I stole this out of the garage. He doesn't know. He hasn't noticed it missing. I've had it up here for a while, so. Okay, it's kind of pretty. This one's from Dollar Tree. All right, 1, 2, got 2. These are from Dollar Tree with a little pot. You can use the pot for something. I mean, the pot could go down in there, but it's just added weight, so I'm not going to put that in there. You can use the pot. It feels like cement. It's pretty heavy. You can use that for something else. Looks like hair. Little, like a little voodoo guy. Okay. I'm going to go ahead. Start. All right, I'm going to take one of these. How big? You know what? I'm going to take these tiny styrofoam balls. Let me see. I think that's the smallest. Nope, this is the smallest. But I think I only have one. It's a little bit smaller. Yes, it's going to be perfect. Put some tissue in there. A little bit of glue. All right, I'm thinking for this, I was showing y'all this kind of, these are called some kind of pearls, isn't it? I don't know on my little succulents. I don't know them. But I'm going to put these here. This one's from Walmart. I don't think I need all of it on here. It's kind of big. String of pearls. I knew it was something like that. I'll cut the big one off. Okay, there we go. Hey, Jackie. Welcome in. Let's see. I'm trying to think where this will go. I don't want it to be sitting against another one. Okay, I'm gonna put it up there. Okay, so it's going to be kind of flowing out of it. Again, there's going to be moss covering all that. So, ooh, that wire is sticking straight up. It's dangerous. Okay. Let's see if I can attach this here. not sure if I want it facing inward or outward. Let me show y'all. So if I have it here, if I want it going like this, because see there's, it might kind of be too close to the one sticking up out of this, so I'm thinking maybe like kind of tilted, more like this. I think. Yeah. If it looks weird, I can always cut it off and redo it. I have a gazillion zip ties over here. Tilted. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Backwards. Okay. Let's see. I think it needs to go up here. Let me look at it from that side. Yeah. Okay. I'll put this one on tight. So hang on. We'll see. See how it's kind of flimsy. I might have to put some glue on this one. Hold it down. All right. Here. Oops. Running back out. Get everybody out of the pool. Just bring dinner to the pool. That's what I would say. Bring my dinner to the pool. Y'all, I had my heart set on a pool. I was so excited. I'd already planned out like little places, you know, we'll eat over here, you know. We would live out there. I know we would. Okay. Maybe later. Maybe another time. We might. Okay. Let me just see how these look real quick. One here, one here, one here. It's going to be hard to tell until you get it hung up, you know? And all the little pieces in there. I was thinking this might be a two-part project, but I don't know. So if you have to leave and come back and watch the replay, I understand. It's taking a little longer. And I did some of the prep work in advance. Probably not enough. Let's see. Okay, that one's got greenery. Ouch. That one's got greenery, so I don't want to do that one too. Do a color. Let's do this one. You ate dinner while watching? That's smart. I know, I always say grab a snack, grab a drink, come hang out. Here. Yeah, you can feel the hot glue through these pots. They're super thin. Okay. All right, I'm gonna turn around and show y'all where we're at so far. Okay, so, all right, got these, and I've got them tilted, but only because I think once the moss is in there, it's gonna kind of, it's gonna fill it in, and it'll, that way the pretty part is facing forward. Okay, some spiky, and this one's kind of flowing, kind of hanging out. That one's kind of heavy. I don't know about that one up there. Might be too heavy. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use the one that looks like a cactus. I have two. I have this one. Isn't it pretty? And then I have this one. I think these are both. Yeah, these are both from Walmart. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, I'll do it over here. You're making dinner while watching. Hi, Dana Marie. I know Greg's probably down there thinking, why did she go live this late? She's had all day to go live. I have. Let's dry brush this still. Okay. So for anybody that popped in late, we are doing I posted a picture of it, but this is what I'm attempting to make a lighter version of. I know those are clay pots, and I'm sure that's super heavy. This actually has a little bit of weight to it already. Just putting these these faux succulents in it is adding some weight to it. So let's see. I think, and they are kind of flopsy. So I think once I get everything on here, I might try to find a way to secure them a little tighter. Glue drips coming out of that. Let's see. And I know that cactus is going to be heavy. Not heavy, but it's bigger. It looks like it's wearing a crown, like a pineapple. It's like the queen. Man, that's got a really stiff, that's got a really stiff wire in it. Maybe too big. Ooh. That one is very thick. I don't want it to shoot me in the eye. Man, yeah, that one's not budging. Even with the man tools. Sorry. Might have to, but I think it's too tall. Let me see. Yeah, it's not budging. Let's see. Might not need tissue for this one. Yeah. I already glued it in there. Yeah, I think if I tilt it to the side, it'll be okay. Because it sticks up out of there. So pretty. All right. I'll put a little tissue in the bottom. Something to work on too. All right. That's there. I think that's my favorite one. This one right here. Nobody delivers. Oh my gosh, everybody delivers to us. Sometimes that's a bad thing. It's convenient, but it's almost too convenient sometimes. Okay. All right, let's see, where am I at? I really like that cactus. I got this one too, but I don't really have anywhere to put it that I haven't already put one. So, all right, let's do, so I have little ones to fill in. You know what, with that cactus, I'm gonna put this little extra piece. It's so long. I'll tuck it down beside it. Kind of hanging out the front. Okay. All right. That one is so big. I shouldn't have put that one there. I'm changing one out. This one's huge. I might move it down here and put something smaller like this one up here at the top. Of course, that's green. I said I wasn't going to do, I didn't really want to do greenery next to other greenery. What color there? I have this kind of golden color. We'll do that. Aren't they pretty? I love that cactus one. You can do like a whole thing with those in it. Hopefully adding the moss is going to fill these in more. Let's see. So let's do... for a second. All right, I'm dying to see it with the moss, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead. I know I should probably do all the same steps, get them out of the way, but I'm dying to see it with the moss filled in. I probably too much tissue paper in that one. All right, I've got Spanish moss and I've got reindeer moss. So let's see. I've got a mess here. Yeah, I'll probably finish this off camera, or I could do a part 2. What time is it? It's almost 7. If I don't go down there soon, he'll start eating everything in the house. I'll smell popcorn in a minute. Okay, moss. Where's the... Okay, I've got the Spanish moss. This stuff is so messy. But it's so soft. Okay. I was going to get in my nose. Okay. Where do we want to start? Let's start down here. I'm just going to tuck it in for right now. I'm probably going to go back and add glue, but we're just going to tuck it in so we can see what we're dealing with here. Okay. See how much better it looks once you add the moss. You can't see that styrofoam as bad. Like here. Let's see. I'll go back and add more too, but because I'm also going to add these little pots in there, and I'll poke these little things in there. So let's see. Some more moss. I just want to see these that we've done so far with the moss around them. fell out. Okay, this one. Can you see that? All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to secure them better, but I think once I add more of the little pots going in different directions, it'll fill in and they'll sit. They won't wiggle so bad. There'll be something kind of wedged between them like that. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put one on there just to see. Let's do one. Yeah. Okay. Let's do. Some glue. A ball. And these are sturdier, so it's not so hard to. I'm gonna go ahead and put moss on it first. I have to poke it with a paintbrush. Oh, you know what? Oh, I didn't punch my hole to put the zip tie. Let me see if I can still do it. Yee. Oh, got it. I buried my zip ties back here. Somewhere there. Okay, let's see if we can still do this. I forgot about that part. Right, so I just put some little ones in this pot. Enough. All right, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, it's getting a little heavier and it's getting kind of awkward to handle. Let's see. I'm trying to see which way I want it to go. Sorry, y'all. I know you're like, what are you doing? We can't see. Let's see. Okay. Let me zip tie it. another. There's another piece to that somewhere. Did I knock a piece off? I thought I had 3 little pieces that go in here. But anyway. Okay. This one's going to go this way. That one's going to go kind of sideways. Okay. What was that? Oh, there it is. Hold on. I knew there was like 3 pieces of this. Let me poke that in there. There we go. Okay. All right. So get the little pot filled in there. I was hoping it would show more. Hold on. There we go. Like that. Kind of sideways. All right. All right. It needs to be hanging. I think I need to hang it up to work on it. It's getting hard to kind of pick it up and twist it around. All right, so I'm probably going to do, hey Lori, I'm probably going to do a lot of this, but you get the idea. So paint the pots, random pots, poke the hole, make sure it's something you can poke a hole in or drill a hole in or whatever, so you can zip tie it on here. And we're going to go in and fill in some more moss. Once I get them all on here, because I could still, let's see, where's the other? Hold on. Where's that little Dixie cup? There it is. This little bitty one? Well, no. No. Yeah, it's probably too crowded. I think I'll fill in anywhere that you can still see the little wire form. I'll probably fill it in with moss. I think. This is ding. Okay. But I do like the little cone. This should be standing up. Let's see what that looks like with some greenery in it. I mean some moss in it real quick. That's cute. It's different. Just tuck some moss in there. Need that much. Yeah, it's getting hard to flip it. Yeah, it's getting all twisted and everything, so I'm probably going to hang it up and work on them. I do like these little hanging ones. Okay. Yeah, this needs to go like that. Just go like that. Okay. I'll be able to work with it better once I hang it. I can see it like sit flat. See how that one's tilted. So, but these are going in the right direction. Down here. So fill them in, put the moss, and then I'll fill in moss wherever. And I might use some reindeer moss on some of them too. You know, that reindeer moss is more, it's more flat like this. So we'll see. That thing is so funny. Okay, y'all. I am going to go and see if he's eating everything in the house. And see if he still wants to eat dinner. Because it is after 7 o'clock. So, I'll play around with this a little bit more. If not tonight, in the morning. And I'll keep y'all posted. Thanks for hanging out with me. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be close to the little Pinterest project. The PINspiration, that's what I call it. When you find inspiration on Pinterest, I call that PINspiration. But yeah, fingers crossed. It's gonna look good. Okay. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night. I will definitely see you tomorrow. All right. Bye, y'all.